Did you know that the best way to fix knee pain is by targeting the muscles that connect to the knees? This is a 10-minute follow-along video where I demonstrate a short progression of exercises targeting the muscles in your thighs to help you immediately relieve pain in your knees. Give it a shot.
So we're going to start with the foam roller, and we're going to focus on the outer thigh. So you can choose whichever side you want to go on. You're going to turn to the outside, so kind of like you're doing a side plank, and then you're going to roll over the side of that hip, going back and forth. And notice how I'm going relatively slowly here, right? I'm not really going super fast. It's not a speed competition. I'm just slowly rolling over that outer thigh, kind of the IT band area. So the IT band as well as the kind of front outer part of the quadricep, so the lateral part of the quadricep. Quadricep meaning four, so your quads are a group of four muscles. Some of them are on the outside. There's one on near the front, and then there's one that connects to the knee. So we're focusing on kind of the front center, or the front inside, and also the front outside, and also on the IT band for this. So I'm just going, again, really slowly back and forth, getting the outer thigh. And then you can also go a little bit higher up on the hip. So if you want to go, you know, not just the mid part and the lower part, but actually going higher up. I do find that it does get a little bit more intense as you go higher up, so just be aware that, right, there is some intensity there. And you want to make sure that you're going over the muscles here, not over the bones. If you feel like you're just going over the hip, then turn a little bit so that you're facing slightly down as you get higher up on the hip, and that will help. All right, so you can do this for up to 5 minutes if you want. 2 minutes should be sufficient. And then when you're ready, we're going to move to the inner thigh. So stick with whatever side you're doing now. You're going to put the foam roller out at a 45-degree angle, like so. And then you're going to kind of hike your leg up and go like this. So 45-degree angle. There it is. And then going on the inner thigh. So going all the way to the groin and then rolling back to just inside the knee. So we're targeting the adductors, the inner thighs now. And these muscles, these are the large muscles that connect to the knees. So when these muscles are tight, they will pull on the knee joint, and that's going to cause some discomfort in the knees. So what we're doing here is we're trying to loosen up that system, create some slack in those muscles so they don't pull as much on the knee. And we can go up and down like this, like you see me doing. We can also go kind of we can also go over like this. You can do a rotation through the hip. So you're going, like you see me doing here, toward the top of the thigh from the inside. And this is another way to loosen up that inner thigh. So if you're particularly having knee pain, this is a good one to release the pain right around the top inside of the knee. So doing this. This is also targeting your vastus medialis. So this is one muscle in the quadriceps. And this is a really important one for knee function. So again, we can go up and down. We can also do rotation here. So, and you want to try and find whatever is kind of tender. And when you find that spot, just kind of relax onto it if you want, and just kind of leave it there for a few seconds. Take a big breath. And focus on relaxing, trying to get that muscle tissue to break up. We're trying to break up adhesed or muscle tissue that kind of feels sticky. All right, so a couple minutes there. Good. And now we're going to move on to a more targeted area. So we're going to get that lacrosse ball that I told you to have. I'm going to put this on top of a block. This is the easiest way to do it. You're going to, and we're going to target right near the top of the groin here. So you're going to put the ball on top of that block. And this might take some, this might take some skill. This might take some time to do. You're going to put it right near the top of the groin. And we're going to roll that area very lightly. So it's hard for you to see what I'm doing, but basically I'm getting right near the groin here, right near the top of the groin, and I'm trying to apply some pressure right here. So this is where the adductor, the inner thighs, that is where that plugs into your hip. So we're trying to loosen up that muscle there, right at the attachment point. And you might not have to move it. You could just find a spot and relax onto it. The lacrosse ball is pretty intense for this. So if you're noticing that this is too intense, if you're having a ton of difficulty relaxing, if you don't think that you'll be able to relax after 20 or 30 seconds, then I would say you can use a tennis ball here. You can use a softer ball. You can also use a larger ball. There are some mobility tools out there that offer different sizes of massage balls. So the smaller ones can often be more intense. So if you want to find like a softball sized one, that's an option as well. But anyways, what we're doing here is trying to target, again, that inner thigh right where it attaches. Whew, to the hip. And sometimes we can just, like you see me doing here, I'm just going to relax onto it, breathe, kind of let my thigh sink into it. If you feel throbbing, that's good. If you feel a little bit of a headache, that means that you found a good spot. Seriously, if you can find that spot where it gives you a headache, that means that you found a spot that has a lot of tension in it. And just, give it a few breaths on there, and you're going to feel better once you get off of this.
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying this routine. I just wanted to interrupt and let you know that I do have a free 10-minute series for knee strengthening here for free on the Manful YouTube channel. Check it out in the link in the description when this video is finished.
All right, so we can do that. Now we're going to go to the outer hip. So I've got one more lacrosse ball movement here. So we're going to go back to the outer thigh. And for this one, you're going to target right on the outside of the hip. This one can be intense, I will admit. So you're going to go right on kind of this outer crest of the hip. And there is a muscle right up here. You don't want to go right on the side of the hip because there's bone right there. So you want to go kind of on the outer crest of the hip, and then where that comes down to the IT band. Not on the IT band itself, but there's a muscle called the tensor fasciae lata, or the TFL, and you're going to try and roll that area with the ball. So here we go. Let's do that. And this one is intense, I will admit. So if you want to use the tennis ball, you can use the tennis ball. You don't have to use the lacrosse ball. Oh, yeah, that's good. And this is important. So one reason why this can be, if you have knee pain, could be a lack of glute strength. And so what we're doing with this, we're helping to loosen up the muscle that connects the quadriceps to the glutes. So this can potentially help with that whole system. If you strengthen your glutes, you strengthen if you improve the flexibility, the mobility of your glutes and the muscles that attach to it, that's going to mean less pressure on the knee. So that's kind of what we're doing here. And for all of these, so the foam roller, you can spend a little bit more time on it. You can go, again, up to 5 minutes, as long as you're moving around and not doing the exact same spot. With the lacrosse ball, I would say 2 minutes is plenty. And you don't want to be going on the same spot. You want to be making sure that you're moving around and targeting kind of that whole muscle, not just one specific spot on the muscle. But it is good to just kind of be curious and figure out, where is that tension? Where is that really tight for me? And then, work on that. All right, go ahead and relax. And then from here, we're going to go into our stretches. So you're going to grab a strap, put the strap around the sole of your foot, go ahead and lie down on your back. Oh, bring that leg in, feel that hamstring stretch, press your heel up, flex your toes down. And then from here, you're going to keeping the right hip on the ground, you're going to bring the leg over to the left, pulling that right hip toward the ground. So this is going to create a nice big stretch in the outer thigh, which is what we've been targeting with some of this mobility work so far. And I want you to hold here actively if you can. So by that, I mean, if you were to remove the strap from the equation, what would you have to do? Which muscles would you have to use to hold it there? So this is a combination of passive stretching, right? Holding the strap to help with the stretch, but also see if you can flex those muscles and use some strength in that extended range of motion that we're in. This is going to help what I like to call, I didn't invent this term, but it's going to help with molding. So what we kind of just did was melting. We made the tissue kind of more pliable, made it more, able to move. And now what we're doing is molding it. So we're getting into extended range of motion. We're getting a stretch, but also trying to build some strength there. So just doing the mobility work, like the self-myofascial release work that we've done with the foam roller and the lacrosse ball, just doing that on its own likely is not enough for long-term improvement. Yes, you're going to feel better in the moment. It's going to be like you got a massage, but we want to combine that with some actual movement or some stretching or a little bit of strength work for more lasting impact. So you can hold this stretch for up to 5 minutes. I would say make sure that you are being active in it. So again, if you want to know what that feels like, take your strap away and see if you can hold that with strength there. So up to 5 minutes there. And then the second stretch and the last stretch we're going to do here is an inner thigh stretch. So you're going to bring the leg to the outside, bring it out as far as it will go. Keep your left hip on the ground. You can feel the inner thighs stretching, that area that you worked with the lacrosse ball in particular. You should feel opening there. If you feel like your knee is a little stretchy, right? If you feel like the tendons themselves are stretching and not just the muscles, go ahead and bend the knee, bring it in, and then extend the leg again. And that should help you focus on the inner thigh stretch. So same thing here. You can stay here for up to 5 minutes. One way that you can do this a little bit more relaxed, if you want to, you can go up against the wall, kind of like your butt would be up against the wall. Your legs would be straight up, resting against the wall in an L position, and then you can bring the leg all the way to the outside. So that's one way to do this a little more passively. This way is just a bit more active, but a lot more accessible. You don't need the wall. So this is a great way to release the inner thigh. And I know we've been focusing on the knees, but this is also a really good way to release your lower back. All of these muscles in the hips, they also connect to the lower back. So we're working on the knees, but also working on the lower back through this process. So again, here you can hold for up to 5 minutes. 2 minutes is great. If you want to hit at least 2 minutes, that's a solid amount of time. And then when you're done, bringing the leg back to the middle, taking the strap out, and then go ahead and stand up and just give yourself a little test. And ideally, what happens is you're going to notice that that hip is loosened up a little bit. You're going to notice that the knee feels better. If you drop down into a squat, things should feel better.
Okay, guys, I hope you found that video useful. Keep in mind, to make knee pain go away, you've got to keep working on the root causes. So working on your strength, your flexibility, and your ankles, your knees, your hips, and your core is going to help get to the root of knee pain and cause it from happening again entirely. If you want to check out workouts for that, I do have a free 10-minute knee strengthening series here on the Manful Yoga YouTube channel. Click above my shoulder here to check out that first workout.